Hi everyone, and welcome to this short video lecture on editing and proofreading. I know that you've been working really hard on revising your essays. As you polish your essays for the final draft that's due at the end of this week, I want you to really think about editing it, proofreading it after all the giant, big revisions are done. So in the world of teaching writing, we call these lower level concerns and upper level concerns. Upper level concerns are the big global revisions that you've been making, working on your organization, your development, cutting paragraphs that don't work, putting in new ones and developing new content, all that kind of stuff, right? The big stuff. Lower level concerns are the stuff that personally, I like to leave until the end of my revision process. So I'm just about to hand in a final draft. I need it to be polished. I need it to be shiny and sparkly. And now I'm going to do my editing and proofreading. So the first thing that is the best thing to do is to read your work out loud. A lot of creative writers do this when they're they read their work out loud to an audience, like poets and things like that. And if you trip over something, that means something's not right, right? If you're consistently tripping over it. You hear things that you might not see on the page, somewhere you might need a pause, like a comma, or if you've spelled something wrong, like your spell check is not necessarily going to pick it up if you write chair instead of hair, because they're both words, right? So really reading it out loud is the first step in finding things in terms of grammar, punctuation, spelling that you need to change. I'm on Google Docs here with just some feedback of mine that I created for another project I was working on. And in Google Docs, you can come over here where it says editing, and you can switch to suggesting. And this will make it so that you can add comments to yourself for editing and proofreading if you wish to do so. You can also make suggestions to yourself for later. And then, let's say I've suggested to myself to delete this. Then when I come back to it later and I'm doing my final polishing, I can accept this, right? I'm just going to, or I can decline it and be like, no, I think that's good. So that's a really good way to proofread your essays, right? You want to look for places where maybe your paragraph needs to break. Maybe this bullet point should have started earlier, and I want to create a new bullet point, right? And over here it is suggested to me. Maybe this bullet point needs to be mixed with this one. So I'm going to go ahead and tell myself that, right? Using the suggesting button on Google Docs is really helpful. Otherwise, a really good thing to do besides reading out loud is to have somebody else look over the paper. Even if it's just someone you know. I used to have my mom look over it just to see if she could pick up on something that maybe I wasn't picking up on. So that's really helpful. And then pick a few things that you really want to focus on. You might say to yourself, I'm going to keep going down. I want to look at the formatting. How does my formatting look? Look at it as a whole. Scroll through the paper. Look at it as a whole, right? And really make sure that it looks good. It feels good. You're on your way. I know this is a really short lecture, but I'm hoping that maybe it will be helpful for all of you as you move into sparkling and shining up that final draft. Good luck with it, okay?